This is the training video on how to use HelloNote using the free version. So when you come in, open on the left under the patients. This is how a chart will look like as you've added patients. To add a patient, just click this little green man to the right of where it says patient list, and then you will add. Their name is what's required. You can add additional information, but it's not required at the time you add the patient. Once you've added them, their name will be on the list. So like here for John Smith, once I've added them, their name is on the list. And then to get into their chart, you click on their name, like was done here. So their name is highlighted in blue. Once their name is highlighted in blue, there's these tabs at the top. Now, for the free version, not all of these tabs will be available, but you will have the information tab where you could click edit on the top right and add additional information at any time. And then what you'll want to do is then come along the top to where it says notes. This is the documentation for the system. So you always have to add a case, an episode of care for a patient. So when their name is still highlighted, I'm under notes, I click add. Now I can set up the case. So we do have different profiles built in. A default is kind of a geriatric adult. It has a lot of categories for that type of population. There's a pediatric eval, sensory pediatric, and then a basic. So a lot of people use this for their cash patients. It's more of a simple stripped down eval. And then if you do see any cash that you want to use a wellness, it will not give you any billing or coding or generate a super bill, but it will allow you to just write a quick one-page soak note for the patient. So you'll pick whichever profile is appropriate. You can name the case whatever you want to name it. You're just naming the episode of care. So I might write August 2025. Select the insurance though. It will only allow you to have self-pay cash patients for this free account. So it will be marked as that. And then it will also, the case type will automatically say self-pay because this account is only going to be available for self-pay and will not allow you to bill insurances through the system. So you set up the case, go to the bottom and click save. So now the case is set up. To do the documentation, you click on the name of the case. So where it says case, click the blue name. To do your eval, you'll click new note on the right and click add an evaluation note. So some of these options you're seeing on my screen will not be available in this version of this free one, but the eval will be. So you would click add in the eval. So this is what the documentation looks like. It's set up in different sections or tabs at the top. So it has your evaluation date, onset date that you can update. Diagnosis are built in. So you just click select diagnosis. They're all built in. You can search and then just click on the appropriate one and click add to medical or treatment diagnosis list. So they'll be there. And then it does has past medical history. There's a lot built in. You just start typing and it will quickly add things and start typing again, add them again. And then reason for referral and subjective complaint. So you just type in subjective complaint, reason for referral. Next page is a free writing open box. So this is the eval that's called basic, which most people do for their cash patients. But if you did want to practice with our system and look at the other ones, the default, this page would have categories for adults like bed mobility, transfers, ambulation for PT. OT would have ADL type categories and homemaking, and speech would have speech related categories. But on the basic, this page is a free writing box that you can make it whatever you want. And then you have your impairment page. So here's another difference with the evals. This is the basic. Like I said, this is what most people do for cash. It's stripped down. It has an area for pain. Just click the blue plus on the right, type in the location, and then follow along at rest. The scoring, movement has scoring, qualities are built in as well. And then you have this objective findings where it says select the body part. You choose which joint you looked at. So if I looked at the knee, I'd choose the knee, click select. Now the knee opened up. Maybe I also looked at the ankle. I'd add the ankle. Now I have the knee. Now I have the ankle, and it gives spots for active range of motion, passive, and manual muscle testing scores. So these are free boxes for active and passive, and manual muscle has a drop down. And then you have the different tests. So when you click select objective tests, there's like 70 tests built into the software. So whatever test you choose, you just can search for the name at the top. It will find it. You click on it. It's like add. Now it's on your list. And then you click the first button. It will open the test up, takes you through the test so you can fill the test out. Once you fill the test out and finish it, it will score that test for you. And then you have another free section of things you can document. Now, like I said, this is the basic. If I had done the adult one or the pediatric one, there would be additional categories like balance, condition, tone, those kind of choices would be in the other one. But you can use this box as whatever you want to. Next is the goals in the plan of care. So for the goals, you just click the blue plus button. You can write any goal you want. Same with long term on the right. And then there'll be a red exclamation mark. You click and you can put in how many weeks for your short and long term goals. Components. This is if you wanted to answer these 4 questions and then the system would give you a suggested eval complexity code. So this is for PT or OT, will help you guide you. And then recommended treatment. These are your CPT codes. So you would come in and have, whatever codes you use that you want to use for the patient. Your eval code, your, manual therapy, date training, neuromuscular, whatever code you're planning on using, you can put them on your list. Prognosis, frequency and duration, so like 2 times a week for 12 weeks, but you can make it however you want. You can make frequency and the duration however you want to make those. Any of these areas that I've been doing that are in red are required, so you do have to put something in those fields. And then the final page becomes kind of your daily note part of your eval. So you have your codes, just put in the number of minutes. It will let you put in the units then as well. And then same with your treatment. So if I did 32 minutes for 2 units. And then a lot of people just then used a comment box on the line for the codes. You can also have your assessment statement at the top, add that information. And then when you're done, you'll click actions. Now it will tell you if there's anything missing. So if I had missed adding, any information at the top, and then just going to refresh it as I'm going through. Now there's no reason noted as to why I can't finalize it. I click actions, finalize. It will just have you confirm the date of the visit, and you then have your visit finished. I forgot to add a comment for that one. And then, so now I click finalize. So it does let you know if it was anything missing, like it just did there. And then I finalize it. Now it's done. The eval is finished. And then for additional notes, now moving forward, you click new note and you have, daily note, progress and research notes, reeval, discharge. So obviously this is, a test account is not going to have all of this, kind of really set up for your cash kind of patients, because you're not going to be able to build insurance through this one. But for your daily note, it's only 2 pages. It's an exact copy. The diagnoses are there. You can update their subjective complaint if you wanted to. It will bring forward pain in the tests in case you want to update it. You'll see your goals. And then you go to page 2. Here is what I did last session. So I could just update my treatment information, update additional information, and then, add or customize the information or the new visit. And same, I could update my assessment statement at the top. So that's the basics on using the system. You can always, either finalize a note, save it as a draft, and reopen it later. So it's saved as a draft. I can come back in, click View Edit, open it, back up, and then at the end, click Finalize, And then it is telling me I have another note on the same date, which is, fine for this type of situation. And then you'd finalize it. And now you have your eval, and now you have a daily note. So that's basically how the system works.